Hey everybody, Wes here, aka Joe Hunter 73. Hope everyone's having a fantastic week. Before we get into this week's video, and as you recall on my last one, going over the 1989 video, I pretty much said I think that was going to be my last video for catalogs because that's all I had. Well, without further ado, thank you to, if you notice these stickers here, he goes by Danny Ice Cable on YouTube, aka Alpha One Creative on Instagram. Go check out his Instagram channel. This is almost like not a dedication, but a request by Danny, Alpha One Creative. A request has been given. I'm gonna call it a request. He gifted me the 1991 catalog. So, as you know, in 1982 through 89, I have those catalogs, and I've been doing, not reviews, I've just been doing a quick dive through on each of the catalogs. And, taking us back to those glory days of the 80s and when we got those G.I. Joe toys, being able to, open up our minds a little bit more as far as, and unlock that nostalgic key inside of our brain. Anyway, but thank you, Alpha One. Thank you very much for gifting me this catalog. And the stickers. And you know what? I'm just going to go ahead and do it. I mean, technically, he sent me this guy here, Repeater. So thank you. Really humbled on that, man. Got to pay you back somehow. And I will. I have your address now. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, thank you very much. Definitely enjoy that. Stickers. Who doesn't need a good sticker? Is that how you say that? Who doesn't want a good sticker? Yeah. Anyway, who doesn't love a good sticker? That's a great sticker. And I got two of them. I could put one on a coffee mug when I do my Cup of Joe with Joe on Instagram. And I got a nice cabinet out in my garage that it's all stickered up, not a drywall on the spot of it. But yeah, he gifted me the 1991 catalog, and we're going to dive into this. But before we dive into this, we're going to go back to 1989. This video that I did, 1989's video that I did, and basically go back into the comments, and I'm going to throw some shout outs in the comments, as we call that, the G.I. Joe's Viewers Mail Call.
Put down that remote control, maggot. Yeah, you heard me. Mail call's coming right back.
All right, we are in Mail Call. Mail Call. And let's look at all the viewers' comments, and yeah, let's dive into it. And this one's actually looks a little bit different because it comes from Instagram. So the video I'm making on 1991's catalog wouldn't be, I wouldn't be able to do it because I didn't have the catalog until one Danny Ice Cable, or aka Alpha One Creative, off Instagram, as you saw at the very beginning of the video, me showing the stickers and this little business card, and the 1991 catalog that we have to look at. So this is the comment after I humbly thanked him for sending me what he sent me, and I posted a picture of it on Instagram, and this is his comment for it. So glad everything made it okay, and the catalog was also a selfish act. I need more catalog videos, bro. Well, you're getting the one more for 1991. I may or may not dive into the ones that are on 3D Joes. I just like to dive into the ones that I physically have on hand. I like holding them and viewing them that way. That's how I like to make my videos. All right, let's go to the comments from my last video in YouTube. Stand by. And here we are in the YouTube from the video of the 1989 video. So I appreciate all the comments left behind. And starting off with Zazel's Clubhouse. Zazel, hope you're having a fantastic week, sir. And hopefully you'll be at Joe Fest 2026 again. We never had that cigar together, buddy. Slaughter's Marauders vehicles are arguably better than the originals. I 100% agree with you on that, sir. It's interesting they didn't change the name for the Armadillo, though. Yeah, they just kept it the same. And it's probably mostly this. I mean, it's the closest to hardly ever changing. They just added a missile rack to it. And they could have kept the guns, the 4 little cannons on the front, and added the missile rack up on top. I don't know. Yeah. And let's be a little bit more creative and come up with a name for it, right? Instead of just like, here's Armadillo. So now we have 3 armadillos, 2 of them tanks, 1 of them a figure in the line. If there's a 4th, let me know. But yes, the Marauder being not the Marauder, the Marauder's Equalizer, which is the shell, I believe, of the Mauler, and then it has the big cannons up on top with the missile rack. So yeah, that one's really cool. And then the Wolverine, the Lynx, that was cool too. That was a cool upgrade. But yeah, appreciate the comment, Zazel. Power Gen 5150. Van Halen fan here, maybe. 5150. Thanks for the comment, Power Gen. Thanks for popping in, watching the video and everything. Great video. Those Marauder figures take some time to adjust to, but love the vehicles. Yeah, you know, it took a little bit of time for it to grow on me. The blue really set it off. I dig the other parts of the colors, but yeah, I dig them now. I really do. Yeah. Thanks for the comment, Power Gen 5150. There he is, Danny. Alpha One Creative on Instagram. Well, I have to agree to disagree on your thoughts about the Alley Viper. By far my favorite Cobra ever. Another great video S. Hope we get more. Yes, if you remember in the 1989 video, I shared my true feelings about what I thought about the Alley Viper, and you know, I wasn't hanging around G.I. Joe back in 1989. I was well out of it. I was in high school by that time. And yeah, and when I started getting back into G.I. Joe in 2018, I saw that orange and I just said, nope. Now, I do have a pretty cool looking Black Major Alley Viper. And yeah, he's really cool. It's all black. It's really cool. But yeah, no, hey, Alley Viper. I mean, I know there is a lot of you out there that love the Alley Viper, and that's what this is for. We love what we love, and that's why we collect it. Yeah. So props to everyone that loves the Alley Viper. And, oh, did he make another comment? Oh, no, Snow Leopard popped into this chat and backed up Alpha One Creatives. Alley Viper is the badass, a great army builder. Yep. All right. Thanks for that, Snow Leopard, for backing up Alpha One. Casey, podcast from the pit. Lots of great figures this year. Yes, there are, Casey. I actually have several. I had more than what I thought I did. But yeah, thanks for the comment, and check out Podcast from the Pit. Saturday mornings, 8 a.m. Eastern Time. 8 a.m. in the morning, Eastern Time. That's 7 Central. And if you're watching this video when I drop it this week, that means I will be on Podcast from the Pit this weekend. I have no idea what the date is to timestamp this. So, whoops. But yeah, I think we're going to be doing the Hall of Fame G.I. Joe figures. If you were to induct 5 G.I. Joes, 5 Cobras, what would they be? And maybe even 5 vehicles. Hall of Fame. Anywho, Casey, appreciate the comment. Toothpaste Hombre. I love that name. Hit and Run, one of my all-time favorite figures and accessories. Yeah, they knocked it out of the park with Hit and Run. This year's Storm Shadow is the best Storm Shadow. I'm surprised I didn't get more comments on Storm Shadow this year, like this comment here from Toothpaste Hombre. Yeah, I grew up Sunbow animated cartoons, so never knew about it. And now the figure is very well done. Very well done, detailed, and, you know, the accessories. Could have done without the red backpack, but yeah, no, fantastic figure. Old Man Outback, the futuristic design of the Conquest always seemed more Cobra than Joe to me, even as a kid. So when Python variant came out in '89, we snapped it up. Cobra had air superiority over the Joes in our adventures. The Tomahawk just couldn't keep up. Awesome little memory there. That's what this is all about. I love hearing memories on how everyone played with their toys as a kid. So Outback, Old Man Outback, appreciate the comment. Yes, thank you very much. Whoa! It's Ronnie Trickshot, another super video, Wes. Or as Ronnie says, Wes. You rock star. How good was '89 though? Tiger Force, Python Patrol, Iron Grenadiers, plenty of Vipers, mass hysteria. Appreciate the comment, Ronnie. Love you, man. Hillbilly Harper. Yeehaw. Great video. I was already out of Joe by '88. My last figures were Crystal Ball and Jinx, but 3 of the best repaints were in '88. They were all Tiger Force, Flint, Bazooka, and yes, Duke. Oh, Hillbilly likes some '88 Duke. Keep up the great work. Thanks, Hillbilly. Appreciate it, man. I think he meant to say '89. I don't know. Oops. He has more comments down here. Again, sorry I haven't been able to keep... Oh, no, dude. It's all good. It is all good, sir. They're on YouTube. You watch it when you can. Larry Bear. Hey, thanks for the video. Thank you for watching, sir. Appreciate it, sir. Marlon Olamus 2270. I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing your username incorrectly. Great video. But I thank you for the comment and I thank you for watching the video. Sergeant Slaughter didn't have that gun, and you're correct on the Copperhead gun as well. Basically, if you look back at the video, if you haven't seen it, if you've seen this, but yeah, Sergeant Slaughter is holding a gun, and I believe it's the wrong one. Same thing with Copperhead. Copperhead came with Leatherneck's gun, except it was painted. Now I'm just drawing a blank. I think it was painted brown, maybe black. But he's holding a different weapon. Anywho, Snow Leopard, appreciate the comment. He goes on to say the Hiss was a very good design. If they just did the weapon in the black instead of the red. Yeah, I agree, man. Hiss 2 is great, fantastic design. It's a troop carrier. Fantastic upgrade. Nick Francis, what's up, man? Appreciate the drop in, watching the video and the comment. All right, been waiting on this one, bro. Now I have the wild boar, but I don't have the figure. Naugahyde. I don't collect the Cobras now. What? We all love Cobra, right? No, I'm just kidding, man. You collect what you want to collect. I still have about 13 more Joes I want to get, though. Power to you, brother. Hope you have a fantastic time hunting them down, because that's what it's about with this hobby. Putting that cash aside, finding time to either find yourself to a toy store or get yourself online and purchase it there. It's all about the hunt. What can we find for a price that we like? Appreciate it, Nick Francis. Old Man Outback, another comment. Whomever designed the Equalizer must have had photos of the German Flakpanzer Gepard. I know I'm pronouncing that wrong. The vehicle looks almost identical. Hasbro just added some missile racks. That's it. Yeah, it's yeah, and I've seen that in real world too. Like I said, I mentioned it on the video that it in Red Dawn they had some type of a version like that too. So, but yes, I think you're right. I actually went and looked that up. So yeah, it's they must have saw that. So that's all the comments. Appreciate all the comments. Again, share your memories. That's what this is about. And take that sniff up your nose of dopamine to get that nostalgic hit. And or maybe that's the other way around. Anyway, let's get back to 1991. Here we go. All right, we are back, and you know what? We are back to do 1991. I want to keep saying 1990, but it's not 1990. And I don't have any of the other catalogs. 90, 92, 93, 94. But what I can do, you know what I'm going to do really quick, because I can easily, like I've said in previous videos, I can easily go onto 3djoes.com and basically just do videos on those catalogs there, because they're there, and high image, resolution. And it's just, I feel like it's better to do it in hand. Thank you. Yes, for 3djoes.com for having that. As a collector, I think we all can really just like, where would we be without yojo.com, 3djoes.com, and there's a few others out there. I'm forgetting. I think histank.com maybe. It's more of a forum, but still, I found a lot of good reviews, or not reviews, but points on like customs or taking apart things on there too. But yeah, I just like to do physical on hand catalog look-throughs. I'm going to tell you, 1990s catalog, the front of it, it doesn't give you what the 82 through 89 gave you. It doesn't give you this art, It doesn't give you any of this. It's blank. It's, I'm like, what are they doing? What are they doing? And then here we are with 1991, and definitely anything's better than just blank with G.I. Joe written on it, which was 1990. This here is the cartoon art, because it's back on TV. The cartoon has made its way back via Deke. I can't speak to it at all. I've seen some clips of it. I've tried to watch it. That's all I'm going to say on it. I know there's collectors out there, kids out there, that us adults that do like that, because that's what you grew up on. And for what it's worth, that's great. Deke had some really good cartoons back in the day. I just didn't think like and maybe it was just because I was out of G.I. Joe at the time, and I never saw it when I was a kid, but when I would see it like on YouTube, back in my early days of an adult collector, basically 2018. I was like, wow, that's a big misstep from the Sunbow animation animated cartoon. Now, some will say, hey, Sunbow had its issues. It surely did. But we're not here to talk about the cartoon. We're here to talk about the catalog. And thank you again for Alpha One Creative on Instagram, Danny Ice Cable. You saw him in the comments there in the viewers mail call. And I threw up the comment from Instagram that he messaged me on about this. So this is almost like a special dedication out to you, Daddy. But yeah, this is basically the artwork is cartoon. And new TV adventures. Get G.I. Joe tough. Got to get tough. Yo, Joe. Hey, so when you heard that song for the first time, do you remember hearing that song for the first time? Did you like it? How did you like? I don't remember that. Again, I pretty much shut a lot of this stuff out growing up after I was done with G.I. Joe. So I don't remember any of that. And also I got back into Star Wars like big time. It was Star Wars and Star Wars only. And it was really, Star Wars was my first true love as a child. Because we had those movies in 77, 80, and 83. And then we had that great toy line from Kenner until G.I. Joe came out in 1982. But Star Wars was always my first love. As far as movies go, as a toy line, we know where my heart's at. It's with G.I. Joe. But yeah, what'd you think of the song? It's a pretty good song. It's actually, because I don't tie it to that cartoon. When I hear it, I don't think of the Deke cartoon. So I actually kind of like that song. I love the original opening to the Sunbow animated cartoons. And by the way, did you know, I can't remember the source where I heard this from, but the very first, so like the Mass Device, which was released in 1983, and you hear the cry out, Yo Joe, you hear Duke yelling, Yo Joe, and then season 1 opens up, and it's a whole new opening. It's with that big giant Cobra wing aircraft that they're all going to attack. And it's the same music and the same Yo Joe, but they show Flint pretty much charging the lead, but it's Duke's voice. Interesting. And I can't remember where I heard that from. It might have been from Carson, Texas, on 3djoes.com. But thought that was kind of cool. Anyway, hey, let's dive into this. So, capture the all-new battle blasting action G.I. Joe animated weekday television series. These exciting, fast-paced adventures are sure to get your blood pumping. Yo, Joe! Check your local listings for time and station. What station was it on? Was it on the USA Network back then? On cable? Because it definitely wasn't on regular TV. I don't think it was. But it made its debut. And put in the comments, how many seasons did it run? Like I said, I don't know anything about it. But yeah, so here we get some iconic Joe toys on there. Leading the charge. Like they're all coming at you. All right, so let's unfold it. And first thing we get, the old battle wagon. Go make me some breakfast. The G.I. Joe battle wagon. Don't ever call your loved one, your significant other, a battle wagon, because it's not going to be a good day. But here we have the G.I. Joe battle wagon. Now we're getting into toys that have finger flick. Forgot what they called it, but it's basically push the button or flick the missile, you know. Yeah, motorized. All-terrain action. Motorized gun really shoots. This ground-pounding motorized monster features motorized 4-wheel drive action and motorized 8-shot Gatling cannon, detached line cannon, and its separate defense outpost. Other features include winch and room for up to 8 figures. Oh, it also requires batteries. I actually had no idea that. Yeah, okay, cool. 2 AA batteries and 2 C batteries. Holy cow. That's wow, 4 batteries in general with 2 different sizes. That's never fun as an adult when you gotta, figure that out for your kids' toys. But yeah, who had the G.I. Joe Battle Wagon? The thing, it's actually really cool looking. Yeah, G.I. Joe Battle Wagon. That can put that orange with a different color, maybe. I don't know. I mean, I like it. It's I wouldn't own it, but yeah, that's pretty cool though. What do we have down here? Picture. Oh, it's showing the picture as it shoots. So blast into battle with the G.I. Joe top-notch team from crack military fighters and join this formidable fighting force as they beat back Cobra, the evil terrorist organization bent on destroying good throughout the world. You'll rocket into a whole new dimension and adventure and intrigue with a complete collection of exciting action figures, battle gear, and accessories designed to give you the winning edge. Even now, victory is at hand. Alrighty. So, start off with the good one. Battle Wagon. G.I. Joe Battle Wagon. And then this page here, we have the G.I. Joe Brawler. Brawler's actually really cool looking. That's a good looking vehicle. Weapons really shoot. Level the enemy with this incredible mass military might. Free rolling fortress of power features twin elevating spring-loaded rocket launchers, exploding battle armor, and detachable grenades for pulse-pounding adventures. Holds up to 5 figures, not included. Electronic battle sounds. Weapons really shoot. Is that the maggot turret up on top? Or at least the cannon, maybe? Something from the maggot? I don't know. Maybe. I don't know. It kind of looks like it when I first glanced at it. But yeah, this thing looks really cool. I don't think I've ever seen one at any of the toy shows I've been to. So that looks really cool. Electronic battle sounds. So that's the Brawler. There's the, this is from the year prior, 1990, which gave you the G.I. Joe General, the tremendous powerhouse blast through Cobra's defense. Turn on the electric lights and sounds, launch the Locust copter, then swing up the loading platform to reveal spring action motor canyon for 4 shells. Also features 8 machine gun stations, 12 removable missiles, Major Storm. So here we have, I believe this was the year prior. It's taken away from its little snippet and they placed back in there kind of like what they've been doing in the past catalogs. But yeah, the G.I. Joe General, it's pretty cool. I've seen several of these at some of the toy shows I've been to. It is massive. It's compact, but yet massive. It takes up a lot of floor space because it's so wide. I mean, it's like a table, but yet it's not that high. So yeah, if you got some floor space to make room for it. All right, here we have the G.I. Joe Attack Cruiser. Weapons really shoot, so it fires like a Nerf-like dart, maybe. A massive battle bruiser when outfitted for combat. It has full arsenal of firepower, including spring action scout glider. That's pretty cool. Let's see. I already read that one. So here we have the Badger. G.I. Joe Badger. And as I'm going along through this, make sure you put in the comments if you've had these, your memories of any of these toys here that you can recall. This could have been the year that you first got into G.I. Joe. So this would be a great year, for you getting into G.I. Joe. So, yeah, just share your memories. Always do that. G.I. Joe Badger, the last Cobra crunching assault Jeep. The latest Cobra. So just looking at it, I don't know what figure they have in there. Huh. Does it come with a figure? No. Figure's not included. That's not it almost looks like the Worms is in there. He's got Worms. No, but this doesn't look like a Cobra vehicle because where is the latest Cobra crunching assault Jeep? Or maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it's not Cobra. I don't know. Correct me. Yeah, it's G.I. Joe. Because here now we have Cobra the Enemy. Okay. See, I'm not familiar with this stuff. I'm just going through the catalog reading. The latest Cobra crunching. Okay, Cobra crunching. Okay. So yeah, I was getting ready to say why is there a star on there when I'm off my meds. So yeah, it's man, look at that I don't know what you call it, a push bar up on the front, man. That can do some damage. That's pretty cool. That is pretty cool. See, I look at these toys here and I look at the bright colors that I'm not a big fan of, but like I see this and I'm like, I kind of want to buy it and customize it. I want to paint it either black or Cobra blue, make it a Cobra vehicle, or color it desert camo. So yeah, that's what I want to do with all this stuff since it's not really that close to my heart. All right. What do we got here? Let's unfold that so I can hold it a little bit better. We got the Cobra Ice Shaber. This thing is, now I've seen this before. I believe we went over I want to say it was on one of Podcasts from the Pits episodes where we ranked the 1991 figures, and I believe we ranked 3 vehicles out of this year. But I remember the Ice Saber coming up because I'm always a good sucker for anything snow related. So the imposing Arctic assault carrier steamrolls G.I. Joe's forces with its rotating 3-man cockpit and spring-loaded missiles. Everything was spring-loaded back then. So, who had the Saber? That looks really cool. And then we have the Paralyzer. So the tracks lift up to elevate it. It almost reminds me of, was that a Masters of the Universe vehicle that the tracks would spin around like that? Casey would know from Podcast from the Pit because he's all about Motu. Love you, Casey. Yeah, this is cool. Again, I would paint it blue, but that's me. But this was the 90s. The 90s were bright. Hey, we already know the weapons really shoot. It's all over here. Yeah, this Monster Marauder features an innovative dual track tread system for high and low attack positions. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Also features a 3-phase spring action missile launcher and more. Figure not included. Did this one come with a figure? No, figure not included. Figure not included. The figure wasn't included there. Not a lot of vehicles this year that had figures for the most part. Interesting. All right, we got your Air Commandos. Now, who had these and how well did they hold up when you threw them? Because we all know, we've heard the stories of the Viper and the G.I. Joe, can't think of it, just the glider, the Falcon, I think it was called. And usually after one or two throws, those things were just broken because they were just foam. But yeah, who had the Air Commandos? So you got Skymite, Cloudburst, Sky Creeper, and Night Vulture. So rule the skies with these warriors of the wind. Each fully posable figure comes with a glider that can fly up to 40 feet with the figure attached. 40 feet maybe with the wind, maybe actually against the wind, because usually when you throw things like this, like the glider or anything that's like has that aerodynamic to it and you throw it against the wind, you're going to get a better lift on it. So it will kind of like catch the wind, go up, and then eventually come down. So sometimes you can actually get a longer air time on those. So, and then you have the Battlecopters. So if you haven't watched it, I know Carson on his YouTube channel, 3djoes.com YouTube channel, he's loaded some videos up there, and they have done basically taken all the commercials. I believe it was from 1991, not 1990, but all those live action commercials to sell the toys, and kind of behind the scenes with Kirk and everything on there. So it's really cool. Check it out. But yeah, I remember them on here with this because they actually made this for an actual person to be on there. Didn't look as good as the toy though. It was actually a lot shorter, but yeah. So Battlecopters. All right, let's flip it on over. Flip it on over. All right, so a lot of the vehicles on that side. Here we get the figures. So, man, the figures are really hard to see on here. So, let's see. Got some great figures in there. Did you have them all? Action figures. New reinforcements for G.I. Joe and Cobra are storming the front lines with spring-loaded weapons ready to fire. One is fully posable. Each one is fully posable. Features, swivel, blah, blah, blah. Okay, we already knew that. Yeah. So, yeah. I mean, there's still some great figures in this line. You know, look, there's Dusty. Who loves that version of Dusty? I do. General Hawk. Night Creeper. Yeah, there's some good guys in here. And I actually have some of these figures, you know, so I'm not just stuck from 82 to 87. The figures I still get because they got some good ones in here. All right, then you got the Sonic Fighters with those big old fat backpacks that would just, I mean, wow. Really, who is it? Which one is it? I can't remember now. I don't think he's on here. I'm just drawing a blank on it, but one of the backpacks basically has it's like got tank treads on the side of it. So that actually, you can actually use it as that. It might be Dial Tone. I don't know. I have Dial Tone. That was the only figure after 87. Here I am in high school. Man, it was probably, I don't know when it was. It was in 91. Maybe it could have been in 92 because I remember I was a senior. And I graduated May of 92. So, but here I am in my local town at the little general store that we had there that kind of sold everything. And here I see Dial Tone. And then I see that grenade launcher. And all I can put together is that grenade launcher that I saw from Predator that Poncho had. And seeing that, and loving that new color deco of dial tone. So I kind of just like, I was a little embarrassed to buy it. Here I am, a senior in high school, and it's a small town, and I was making sure, I was trying to hurry out as quick as I could to get it into my car, but even the cashier knew who I was. I mean, everybody in my town knew. It's only a town of like 2,000 people. So, but yeah, Sonic Fighters, great repaints. You got that Viper. I love that Viper. Tunnel Rat, Lampreys. I have all these except for Dodger. I don't have Dodger. Don't care about Dodger. But yeah, I have, no, I don't have Tunnel Rat. But yeah, I have the rest. I have that Viper, Law and Order, that Lampreys I just recently got. It is really cool. Really cool. So that's cool. It actually says coming soon. So this is like, I don't know what 1990s catalog had any of this or not, but prior to a lot of this, if I didn't read the small print, I apologize. In some of those catalogs, I think Yorktown Joe might have actually called out one of them, saying that some of these in the small print, some of these may not be due till the fall or something like that. But here, actually, like, hey, coming soon. So when, All right, here we got the color changing uniforms, Eco Warriors. There's some classic, I hear it, and then you got your Septic Tank, you got Flint, Anti-Tox, Ozone, Cesspool, Toxo Viper, Sludge Viper. Interesting that they don't have the actual figures, that they just have the artistry of them. Interesting. There's everyone's favorite Hiss version right there. Duke's Battle Gear set. I wonder if Hillbilly Harper got this, since he's such a big fan of Duke. Duke's Battle Gear set. Man your battle stations with this authentically styled combat. Helmet with adjustable strap. Image targeting goggles. I'm sorry, I cannot read today. Electronic sounds, pistols, and personal identification labels that make you part of the G.I. Joe team. That's pretty cool. And then, is this something different? Yeah. Coming soon. This is their electronic survivor shot. Shatter the boundaries of battlefield technology with this earth-shaking top-secret weapon. With mysteries, flashing lights. Oh, that's pretty cool. Did anybody have this stuff? Be interested to know. So, if you think about it, we still got some pretty good figures. We got the Sonic Fighters, Eco Warriors. We still got some, there's Salvo. I see Salvo up there. Got Desert Scorpion. That dude's really cool. I need to get me a Desert Scorpion. Incinerator. There's a lot of good figures in 91. Not too shabby. Vehicles, okay. Some of the vehicles are all right. But that's it for the catalog. And thank you again, Alpha One Creative, for sending me that catalog. I appreciate it. Told everyone that 89 was going to be my last video because I just didn't have any of the catalogs. But if I ever get any more, I'll do these videos. But I already have another video lined up that's in the works before I actually made this one. So it'll be definitely ready to go. But basically, it's just an overview of all my catalogs that I have. And I'm going to basically rank them. Not the best year, but what is the best catalog? So Interesting, right? Maybe not. I mean, yeah, it may not be your, my favorite year is 85 of G.I. Joe, but was that my favorite catalog? You'll have to tune in to find out. So anyway, again, big thanks, big shout out, Danny Ice Cable, aka Alpha One Creative. Check him out on Instagram. Fabulous custom maker of G.I. Joes. Great photography too on there, man. Really appreciate it. Put your comments down below. Let me know what you think of 1991. Let me know what you think of the Deke series cartoon. It is a pretty cool cover. But yeah, let me know what you think. And thank you for watching. Everyone have a fantastic week. Until my next video, let's all just, have a fantastic week. I'm going to keep rambling. So, hey, yo, Joe.